Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live, and joining me is Volunteer Center South Bay Harbor Long Beach President Sara Myers. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, it's so nice to see you again. And the last time you were back here on NewsBreak, you told me about a secret fundraiser that was in the works, and now it's finally launched. Tell me about this idea that you're calling the South Bay Escape Room Mortuary Mystery.
Yes, so we have essentially built an escape room in the basement of our building, and it just had its opening weekend, and we are so excited. It is open to the community. The first teams have come, and it's doing really well. So we're very excited to share it with you.
What is an escape room for people that are wondering what it is?
This is new to a lot of people. So it's essentially like a board game, like Clue meets a scavenger hunt meets a bunch of puzzles. And it actually got its start with video games. People would play these games and they'd try to solve all these strategic puzzles, and then they'd make it out. And now it's now in 3 dimensions, real life. It actually started in Japan in 2007. They opened the first escape room, and then it spread to Europe, and then in 2016 it really took off in America. There are now over 1,500, and teams go into a room. It's usually themed, so it might be medieval or zombies, space, historical, and they have 60 minutes to solve all these puzzles, work together, and escape the room.
How long does it usually take for people to figure it out, and is it pretty scary?
It depends. Ours, we've really kept classy and spooky, so no one's gonna see any gore. If you hate haunted mansions, that's okay. We've really kept the focus on the puzzles. Real escape room enthusiasts, as they're called, can get out in a record 28 minutes, maybe anywhere between 28 and 38 minutes. It just depends on the room. And then new people, sometimes it's down to the last 30 seconds. It gets really exciting.
It sure sounds fun. But how did this idea come about, and why do you think this is going to work for the organization?
So to our knowledge, we actually are the very first nonprofit in the entire nation to try something like this. There is no template that we could find. My family actually are huge escape room enthusiasts. My brother has done hundreds of rooms. Wow. And we've done the local ones. There's 2 in Long Beach. Usually you have to drive to downtown LA. And I was talking to people and they said, I'd love to try one, but there are none locally in Torrance or the beach cities, which surprised me. There's a lot of families, young professionals, just people who would love it. And so I started realizing in order for a lot of my neighbors and friends to try this, they need a room right here. And so my husband and I were talking and we realized, I wonder if we could build one as a fundraiser and invite the community, all the people who want to try it, to see if it would work. And so it's really creating a lot of buzz.
This past weekend, how many people would you say came out with tickets? And
we had all of our sessions filled, which was great. We've been in beta tests, so we've had our friends and family out to try it as well. And we are now on Yelp. We've got some great Yelp reviews, and the feedback is great. There were some people that said, well, it's a fundraiser. I don't know how good of a room it will be, but I think I'm proud of us. We've really built a professional escape room right in our own basement.
The Volunteer Center building is in the heart of downtown, and for many viewers, I don't know if they know the history behind the building. It actually is the perfect place for an escape room. Would you say that?
Absolutely. So as we were digging into the history, it's a Torrance historical landmark, and it was the Stone and Myers Mortuary. It opened in 1929. It was on the front page of the Torrance Herald, and it's got a really interesting, rich history. Charles Myers and his wife Bessie actually lived in an apartment, which is actually now my office. And in the 1930s, anyone who passed away in the Torrance, Lomita, Inglewood area, they actually would have their funerals there. And the Myers were part of the American Legion. They had bridge club meetings and dinner parties, and they were a who's who in Torrance for the day. So in the 1930s, this was the place to have your funeral, and the Myers were wonderful. So it's got a really rich history.
Wow, it sounds like the perfect place for this type of event, especially since Halloween is coming up as well.
Exactly. We were really excited. It just fits together really perfectly.
How long did it take for your team to plan something out like this, and who came up with all the puzzles to piece it all together?
We have been working on this for more than 9 months, just incredibly intensely, and it's everybody. The nice thing is we are the volunteer center, so we were able to find people with carpentry skills, engineering skills, magnetic locks, and everybody worked on different puzzles together. So we look at this, and it literally arose out of the dust of the basement into this incredibly intricate strategy and puzzles and logic, and each person had a little bit of a role to play in it. So it's really neat to see how a bunch of team members coming together, everybody worked on their part, and now together it's an incredible escape room.
Sounds like so much fun. I definitely have to try it out too. I've never done an escape room. But this is all to fundraise for your great organization. So I really want people to know about that. So how can they get tickets? Where can they go to get tickets?
So the important note is it is advanced tickets required. So it's really hard for us to take walk-ups. What happens is you have a team of 6 people. So the area is just right for 6 people. Puzzle rooms aren't linear, so you all work together. And they can purchase tickets. They're $35 plus a processing fee. They're at our website, which is www.volcenter.org/escape room. And there's a calendar there. It'll tell you which ones are sold out. So we are selling quickly, and I do encourage people to get their tickets. You can purchase a whole set of 6, which means the room is yours to work with people you know. Or if you have maybe a couple or a single person, they can meet new friends when they go.
Okay. And what are some of the rules when it comes to escape room? I know you have all this information online at volcenter.org, but it's for ages 14 and up, and what are some other requirements?
They need to be able, all the participants do have to be able to physically walk down a pretty steep set of stairs. They just need to be ready for that adrenaline rush. People get very competitive. They move quickly and nimbly, so we just want to make sure that they're in good shape for that. There's no other real skills required. A lot of times people are nervous. They don't know what to expect for their very first room, but it really is about looking at things, opening things, touching things, and just really investigating. There's that moment of what do I do first, and then people get it and they just dive in. So it's really open to all of those. And as I said, if people are scared of kind of haunted houses, it's perfect first escape room. We really focused on the puzzles.
And if they reserve a ticket, the money goes towards the volunteer center.
Yes.
So any specific programs that will benefit from this?
Yes, as you've spoke about before, our Food for Kids and our Operation Teddy Bear programs, all of our fundraisers really raise to going back into the communities. So we've got hunger that we deal with on a regular basis. We have 140 bags each week going out to local schools. And Operation Teddy Bear is coming up. We'll be packing our bags in November and delivering them to local schools in December. So that will really help us do that outreach and make sure that we can continue our programs and serve the community, as well as a couple of new ideas for volunteers to get involved that we've been working on.
Can you tell the audience about the Operation Teddy Bear and what it is?
Absolutely. So Operation Teddy Bear gives 4,000 backpacks full of school supplies, including books, to local Title I low-income children. We focus on first graders, and what's exciting about it is we actually have a coloring book in the bag that teaches first graders about the word volunteering, and we talk about this warm, fuzzy feeling you get from getting that gift and how they can pay it forward. So there's ideas for families to volunteer, and it's an incredible program.
Great. And with the Operation Teddy Bear, there was also a teacher appreciation drive, which we talked about on NEWSBREAK Live before, and that just ended. What was the outcome?
It was really tremendous. We had so many sponsors and people that were very generous. Malaga Bank did a great drive for us. We had Right On Rosanny. She donated several items. We had reached out to the teachers and said, what is it that you need? And by December, they're really running out of things like Kleenex and dry erase markers and all of those items. South Bay Junior Women's Club, so many people came together and really helped us. Bank of America. So just great businesses saying, hey, we want to get involved, and they did a drive with their clients, and some did financial donations as well. So the teachers look forward to those kits, and we give them out with the school bags. Great.
So it's having fun while giving back. Can't get better than that, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And for viewers that are maybe tuning in just right now, it's only for 5 weeks.
Yes.
The Volunteer Center South Bay is hosting a South Bay escape room. And it's from September 28th, which just happened, through October 29th?
Yep, right in time for Halloween. And it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings, and then Saturday afternoons and Sunday afternoons. And we have special times that we can do for companies that want to do team building. This is great to bring an organization out and build teamwork together and like listen to each other and learn strategy and just really work together as a team.
Great, and I know you mentioned that there's a lot of sponsors from the community that helped to make this happen.
Yes, I have to say thank you to Bank of America, to Griswold & Griswold Insurance, Steve Wilson, Vern Williams is a sports neurologist, a doctor. We just have so many generous people. And then in kind too, we had Sherman Williams, Ask Brad. We had so many companies and groups when they heard we were doing that, they said, I want to work on that. And so they donated both their time and their volunteer hours and their resources. So we couldn't have done it without them.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I'm just so proud of our team. It really was a team effort, and I'm excited. I hope the community really embraces this opportunity to come try an escape room just right here in Torrance. You know us, you know we'll have a good time and keep you safe. So it's a great first time opportunity.
Thank you so much for joining me again, Sarah. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
If anyone would like to get more information or buy a ticket, you can go to the South Bay Escape Room Mortuary Mystery. Head to volcenter.org/escape room, where you can find way more information and you can buy tickets. Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. If you have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. The Torrance City Council does have the night off. For Facebook and Twitter users, use #NewsBreakLive. Have a great night.